James will soon be here. When he gets here, I want us to give him a great big welcome. Now let's all sing. And a one, and a two.
Mama! You kind of up like that, and Daddy'll think we moved into a white neighborhood.
Hey, Mama, here it comes now. So y'all, let's hit it. Ready? Hit it.
Oh, he's a Johnny Doo. Oh, he's a groovy Doo. Oh, he's a groovy Doo.
Super bad soup. It's a bad suede pantsuit with a bad suede hat and bad shoes. Ooh.
With all that bad, it can't be good. I'll tell you something. When I got down there about the job, baby.
Honey, I'm dying to hear all the good news, every word of it. But first, let's have some champagne. Come on.
Florida, you brought champagne?
Well, you told me to. I got that imported stuff all the way from Napa Valley, California.
Dad, can I have a word with you?
Yeah.
About my wheels.
Your wheels?
Yeah, that car you gonna get me. It could be second hand, but it'll sure make life a whole lot easier. Man to man, you know how hard it is trying to make out with a chick on a crowded bus?
Junior, don't throw your bus tokens away just yet here. I do it. Son, I just made the greatest three-cushion shot in the history of Elmo's Pool Emporium.
But Mama ain't gonna like the rent money coming from the pool room, Daddy.
Yeah, and I got that all figured out. Now, what your mama don't know won't hurt her, huh? Well, go on back over there. Go on. Monty, you ready? All right, here you go. Well, kids, I'm home.
Home, yeah, out of sight.
Hello, James. How did it go?
Well, not so good, baby. I guess the Lord didn't intend for me to come by the money that way. Well, I guess we better get on with what we're here for. Wait a minute, man. Do I hear a knock at the door? I said, do I hear a knock at the door? Yeah, I thought so. Hey, Monty, come on in, man. What you doing here?
I failed you once, James, when I told you I could stop the eviction. But couldn't fail you twice. So I come with the full amount of your rent money.
All right.
$104.50.
Well, Monty, that's wonderful. Did you hear that, Florida? My friend Monty has saved the day.
Yeah, Monty.
Here you go, man. Ain't gonna be no eviction here today. Take it easy, man. Monty, you all right, man? Yeah. See, Florida? Told you it was gonna be all right.
It's like a miracle, James.
Well, baby, you always did say the Lord moves in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I'm thinking of letting Michael show me some of them straight-A student tricks. Yeah. You got a real sharp crib here.
Come on, get your feet up there.
No, Eddie, you sit over there. Eddie, in this house, we pray before we eat. Go on.
Hey, man, Mike's studying. I don't want to bother him.
Yeah, well, you get back in there and finish, man. But see, in this house, people study when they're supposed to.
Good thing I'm not a member of this house.
Well, you are this weekend.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you heard of the extended family? Well, this weekend you part of one, which gives me the right to extend this belt to your behind if I feel like it.
I'd like to see that.
Oh, you would, huh? Well, anything to oblige your guests, mister.
Hey, man, you gotta be kidding.
Come on in here.
Oh, you must be crazy. I don't believe it.
I'm gonna make a believer out of you. Huh?
Hey,
No, you know the boy got it. Come on, get your behind.
Hey guys, there were some amazing sitcoms back in the day I loved to watch, like The Jeffersons, Golden Girls, Martin, Sanford and Son, and The Unforgettable Good Times. Good Times aired for 6 seasons on CBS from 1974 to 1979. The sitcom was about a poor black family living in the projects who did their best to make do with what they had. James and Florida Evans did their best to raise their children in the right way. They had 3 children, JJ, Thelma, and Michael. Good Times was America's first African-American 2-parent family sitcom. Good Times was a spin-off of Maude, and Maude was a spin-off of All in the Family. A lot of people loved Good Times. People of all races would tune in to watch the show. People wanted to see how the family would depend on each other to get through the hard times. They survived against the odds they were given. John Amos, he played the strict father who did everything he could to make sure his family was taken care of. So when John Amos left the show, it did not sit well with fans. There were a lot of questions. After they killed the character of James Evans off, writers scrambled to find a replacement or someone who could act as a fatherly figure. John Amos was asked in an interview about the lack of black writers on the show. He said there was a lot of contention about that. He said he felt like he knew more about what a black family should be and how a black father would act than the writers. Their perception of what a black family would be was totally different from his because his was steeped in reality. He said after a few emotional discussions, they got that straightened out. And they finally accepted that he might know a little bit more about that than they did. With John Amos's issue with the scripting of the show, he said he wasn't very tactful or diplomatic with his complaints about the scripts. Some of the scripts they wrote for them, he would say, we can't do this. And they would say, what do you mean we can't do this? He said they would go on about their credits and so on, and he would look at them and ask them, how long have you been black? He also thought too much emphasis was put on the character JJ. He wanted to make Good Times more authentic, and it rubbed the producers the wrong way. John said the secretary called and said, John, Norman would like to speak with you. He said, sure, I'm here. He got on the phone and said, Big John, how are you doing? He said, I'm doing fine, Norman. What's up? He said, well, I got good news and bad news. He said, the good news is that we have been picked up for another year. John said, well, he pretty much expected that. They were in the top 10 or top 15 shows. Norman said, the bad news is you won't be with us. He said Norman told him that he couldn't threaten the writers and they were getting nervous. John said, okay, Norman, bye. And he hung up the phone. So James did not return for season 4. He died off the show. When John Amos left, writers tried to find somebody to play more of a father figure. At first, they increased Jimmy Walker's character, JJ, and they made him lead alongside Esther Rolle. He stepped into the role of providing for the family. That didn't seem to work out too well, and they introduced Carl Dixon and made him Florida's new love interest. All these changes didn't sit too well with the fans. A year after John Amos left, in 1977, Esther Rolle left the series for similar reasons John Amos left, allegedly. It is said that Esther Rolle and John Amos had disagreements with the producers about the overemphasis of Jimmy Walker's character, JJ. Good Times often had fallen back on cheap laughs generated by JJ and his relentless wailing of dynamite, a Tribune article said. The article also stated that she asked to be released for health reasons, so we don't really know what happened there. They didn't kill the character of Florida Evans. They made her get married to Carl and acted as if she was on her honeymoon for a few episodes. Then, since Carl had cancer, she was with him while he got treatment. Florida's close friend Willona ended up playing the motherly role to the children. They also introduced Penny, played by Janet Jackson. Nothing increased the ratings of the show. In the final season, Esther Rolle returned without her husband to help Thelma deal with married life. The show was not the same after John Amos, aka James Evans, left the show. I think that was a big mistake to make him leave. Then with Esther Rolle leaving too, I couldn't have imagined that show surviving that. The show worked well with everybody in it. Removing the head of the house that a lot of people looked up to like a father was a bad business move in my view. I watched the reruns growing up, and when James died, I could feel the difference. It just wasn't it. I wasn't feeling it like that. Good Times was a great show. It showed black culture's resilience. They stuck together and got through many adversities. The show was created by Mike Evans and Eric Monti. The show featured black pop cultures, black icons like Flip Wilson, Ebony Magazine, and Isaac Hayes. It presented community through its characters like neighbors Wanda Williams, Ned the Wino, and Sweet Daddy. The kids of the show, Jimmy Walker, Bernadette Stannis, Ralph Carter, seem to be doing good. Bernadette Stannis, aka Thelma, is married. She looks great. Ralph Carter, aka Michael, he's married and they all seem to be pretty close. They all looked like a family at a recent awards show. The three of them posed together for photos on the purple carpet of the 2024 Urban One Honors. The award show included a celebration for the iconic show celebrating a 50-year milestone this year. A lot of us will always remain fans of Good Times. James and Florida Evans was the strong force that kept the family together, and they were great role models for us to look up to this very day. Now they have a Good Times cartoon on Netflix. If you guys have seen it, let me know what you think. It will always be one of the most remembered black sitcoms of the 70s. Good Times has definitely made their place in history.